All right, go time for the 10 ISOs project here. I'm going to quickly go over. It's going to be fast, so expect to pause. What we need to do is we need to set up a project file in Inventor. We need to learn how to emboss names on an object. It's like engraving or carving into. We also need to learn how to snip using the Windows snipping tool. Basically, it's like a screenshot or a screen capture and place into a doc. So the first thing, let's take a look at the doc. What are we going to do in this project? This is it. First thing we're going to do, right, instead of calling it copy of, we're going to put our last name in there. There it is, Hennings. And what are we going to do? We're going to create 10 isometric objects, 3D objects, in the Inventor program. So these are the things that we're going to do. There's 20 of them here. You're going to pick 10, and you'll do it over time. It's not going to happen overnight or even over the course of a couple days. It's going to be something we work on here and there as there's time in class. What are we going to do? We're going to place each one of those using the snipping tool. We're going to place 10 pictures of our objects right in these blanks, and I'll show you how to do that. We're going to emboss them, and I'll show you how to do that. And for how to dimension these objects. For dimensioning, we're going to assume each box is 1 inch. So if I were to look at this one right here, and I count real carefully, this corner starts here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this dimension would be 6. But go ahead and load up Inventor and let's set up that project file. So I'm going to go to Projects. I'm going to go to, what do I want? I want New. New single-use project, like we always. Next. Now this is where we're going to do it a little bit differently than we did last time, but it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to go and find my H drive. Way down here. Go down here. And here's Inventor. I want to put it in there. We'll say OK. And this is the workspace. I want to actually create a new folder, and it's going to do it for me. And so what I'm going to do is where did it go? I'm going to have it specify, make a new folder here. So here's Inventor. I want to put it in a folder inside of that. And we're going to do it this way. I'm just going to make a folder name, and I'm going to call this just 10 ISOs. And project name, let's call that 10 ISOs too. We'll hit Next, Finish. It says the path you entered doesn't exist. That means we haven't created that folder in the H drive first. Should it be created? Yes, it should. And a quick question, done. We should be able to check our H drive. And there it is, 10 ISOs. It created that folder. We haven't put anything in it yet, but it's ready for some Inventor files. So I have my first ISO made here. You can see that looks like number 1 on the ISO thing. And what I want to do is I want to emboss it with my name on it. So we're going to see what we're going to do. We're going to find a face and sketch on it. So it's going to give us that. I might make it a little larger. And I'm going to use the text tool. Drag out a text box. This is what comes up. I know that I'm going to have, that's the size of the text. That's too small. I'm going to try it, with a 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to put my name in there. And hit OK. And it pops it in there. So then the next thing we want to do is finish sketch. And now we're going to use this emboss tool. And we're going to highlight what do we want to emboss. I want to emboss my name. And you can make it kind of pop out if I were to use this. Let's take a look at that, what that's going to look like. So it brings the letters out. I don't care whether on this project you want to bring your letters out or whether you want to bring them in. I'm going to actually kind of engrave them, set them in. This would be the depth. I'll make it a little deeper, maybe like maybe a 1/4 inch back. And there it is. And then again, if I look at my home view, you can see the name is engraved in there, and that's how I know it's yours. Now the next step, and one of the easiest steps, is how do we take a picture of this and insert it into the dock? So Windows has a really nice thing. This is my favorite screen capture of any operating system. I'm going to just go down, like I just did, to where it says type search here, and I'm going to start typing snipping tool. And this is what comes up. Desktop back, I'm going to click it, and I'm going to say new, and I'm just going to highlight what I want to take a picture of, or snip. And it brings this up. I'm not even going to save it. All I'm going to do is just hit copy, Control C, and then I'm going to go to my document. I'm going to go at the very top of that box and say paste. And there it is. I'm going to lower the size a little bit. And then since we're trying to be professional, let's kind of try to make our boxes and our pictures uniform in size. If we really want to jazz it up, we'll click that and we'll center it in there. But again, we don't want to just smash these anywheres here. So that's one. You'd have 9 more to do, right? And you should have your name on there. So again, if you need help, that's okay. This is going to be an ongoing project. It's not going to be something completed in a day or even 2. It's going to be something that we work on when there's time around our automata box.